You have no choice. Then the problem is your discipline. Allah boleh keluarkan kalau ada slapping punya berapa kita kat dia ada bengkak muka kita tau. I dare say it because I went through it, but I don't represent the entire community of the whole world. That makes us special. You are special.
But see, the thing is that, yes, I agree, saying is one thing, but, to take that first step, that is a big milestone, no? It's not easy. Let's say you have been a teacher for the 20, 30 years of your life, suddenly you want me to get out of that comfort zone, that's the word, of that, doesn't matter lah, wherever you are, but if you are there for 20 over years, suddenly you want to get out of that comfort zone, it's like, you don't know what is beyond that horizon, you see?
Okay.
Because, and also people will say that, the field is always greener on the other side. So,
Okay. So, you see, that's the best thing. I love people throwing questions at me. Why? Because you see, like I said, I've been in various industries. Now, kalau seorang cikgu tu has been teaching, it was their passion in teaching students. But you don't just teach students. You have to face the teachers, the principal, the parents. Parents who think when your kids are in school, you are responsible for their kids. At home, teachers who think parents are involved in kids. Right? And yang kesian budak-budak ni, they don't know what to do. Jadi kalau if you have been a teacher for a long time, there's the comfort zone like what you said. You to take that one step. You diri kat one point, you don't nak step tu tarik balik, nak step tarik balik. In the end, instead moving forward, you fall backwards because you are undecisive. You are not sure of yourself. Sekarang kalau you dah teacher, kerja dengan MOE, kerja dengan sekolah, that means that is your comfort zone because you kerja ke tak kerja ke sakit ke demam ke apa, gaji still jalan. What is your reason of being a teacher and still staying as a teacher? Is it because of the pay? Is it because of the interest, the passion? If it is because of the pay, you can even make double or 5 times, 10 times. If it's because of the passion, oh my God, because this one time you can make 10 times of 20 folds more than what you were with a teacher. Teacher tak banyak pay a lot. You have, the salary scale is just there, and that's about it. Now, you can touch lives as a teacher in a school by MOE, for instance. If you go by the normal track, you can touch lives, only a certain lives and things like that, and yes, they will go. But as a teacher, you take yourself not as a teacher, though. You take yourself as someone who actually helps, guides, be a beacon. Now, place yourself in another light. Teacher, beacon, a guide. You can actually have your own set of company. Kalau takut buka sendiri, get a few teachers. These teachers can be professors, whatever not, because they are teaching. The word is sharing and teaching. Don't put yourself as a science teacher, math teacher, and things like that in a school. No, get out of that. I'm not saying that you should change the whole wheel. Be still a teacher, but how can you reach out? Now, you tengok orang ada start sekolah, tadika, personal, they have a tuition class, they have this class, that class. They were once a teacher, but they stepped out. The only difference between that person and this person who stays and do not want to move is because of fear.
Okay, having said that, yeah, okay, what came into my head is that, you see, when you're employed, okay, we're talking about reality.
Okay.
We can say, it's like, wow, kejar your dreams, run after your dreams, run after your passion. Yes, it sounds very, I mean, I've read that a lot of that in motivational books. Okay, but let's go back to reality, it's like, look at the end of the day, I mean, you have to look at bread and butter, right? Okay. In Singapore, a lot of people say that when you are a business person, when you're not ready, I mean, when you don't do your planning, especially your financial planning, when you're self-employed or even when you're a business person, you don't have CPF. It's a big word. It's a big word, especially when we are in our 40s, 50s, that's where our employed friends, why they shop 55, pukal-pukal dapat duit CPF, kita dapat apa, ILIO je. Yeah, so it's like not only that, then it's like, I do hear also comments, people say that, hey, you're self-employed, you tak ada duit pun, you can't even afford to buy a decent HDB, your own roof over your head. How do you say that? Yeah, because that has always been one of the reason. I mean, when I speak to some of my entrepreneur friends, is that, kita tak ada CPF, or people who are working always say that, korang cakap senang lah, tapi you don't have that big chunk of CPF that employees have. Yeah.
Okay. So the question is again choice. Actually, the question is not about financial stability. The question is time. You kalau tak ada time pun, you see, time, money and health. Health tolak tepi dulu. Time and money, they are always parallel. Always parallel. They never meet tau. Kalau they actually meet, then something else will be at an opportunity cost that you lost, and that's called health. Kalau you cakap pasal, tak ada CPF, sekarang you CPF apa boleh buat? Ada 700 lah berapa ribu ke 1 million inside your CPF pun. What can you do now? We talk about reality. Boleh keluarkan duit tu ke? Sekarang dia worker tu sikit sampai kita mati baru boleh keluar lah agaknya kan. But let's talk about what we can do and versus what we can't do. Now with CPF you boleh beli rumah and things like that. Stability. Now what is the difference between you saving sendiri, having your own things to do, and you kerja and you have CPF? Because when you kerja CPF, you have no choice. You have to contribute to CPF. Your employer have to. That's the only difference. Employer contribute to the CPF. That's the only difference. If you tell me that, oh, I nak kerja because nanti tak ada CPF, then the problem is your discipline. It is discipline. What makes you think that you have CPF? By the time you boleh keluarkan CPF tu, you will actually multiply your CPF instead of habiskan. Kalau pergi haji tu, alhamdulillah, kan? Kalau tak pergi Batam, pling, habis. 40, 50, 60, 70 tahun, aku nak simpan CPF. Ni haji, tabung haji gini-gini. Bila keluar je Batam, nasib baik ada COVID. Alhamdulillah for COVID. Kan? Selamat. So, what I'm saying is, again, it is easier to say than to do. You know, I have been through up and down and things like that. I always use myself an example. When I help people to get back up again, orang tu bankruptcy ke, divorce ke, whatever not, I told them, do not look at what you have passed. Right? Kalau you cakap pasal CPF, tak ada CPF, oh gini, things like that, the problem is discipline. When you don't have discipline, and this discipline fluctuate with time. And sometimes it's not because you're not disciplined lah. Because of things that, oh, anak 10 I kena kerja, tak ada CPF. Anak 10 salah siapa? Accident je kan?
Accident. Tak ada, tiap-tiap malam lampu blackout.
Kan? Blackout ke apa, kalau gigi putih tak apa, boleh spot kat mana, you kena kejar juga kan?
Anak 10 salah siapa? Allah, itu rezeki lah awak.
Rezeki Allah memang. Sekarang kita selalu cakap betul. Rezeki Allah. Oh, kalau dapat, oh rezeki Allah. Kalau kita jatuh, dah takdir. You know, kita tetap salahkan Allah, salahkan agama, and things that never ask. Why? Ya, cakap kalau Allah boleh keluarkan kalau ada slapping punya berapa, kita kayaknya dah bengkak muka kita tau. Engkau salahkan aku, kita tepang, you know. So I think reality is right now, when you know that you cannot move, I will ask why you cannot move. I say, can you smile right now, even though you're in trepidations? Cuba smile. They try to squeeze a smile. I say, boleh smile kan? Smile wider, cakap. You can, right? Why? I tell you to smile. You ultimately, if I can't make you smile, I can't make you smile. But when you smile, that means you are still in control of what you want to do. Jangan fikir, oh gini-gini. We are still dependent on someone who pays us. Make money work for you. Don't make money, you know, you work for money. You will never reach a point. Jangan cakap, we'll never kaya lah. Tak payah kaya. Kita dah kaya. Allah dah kasih kita all this mata, hidung, mulut. Itulah kekayaan kita. Itulah something that will make you move forward. And when you want to move forward, be blessed. Apa yang you ada, itulah keistimewaan ni. So these are the things. Banyak orang apa, alah aku dah ni, bini aku tinggalkan aku, gini-gini, laki aku gini, pukul gini. Laki pukul tak boleh jalan ke apa? Kalau tak boleh pukul balik, you know, memang kalau you hit, kalau boleh ni kan, memang macam nak tabak aja kan. Tapi selagi dia masuk kita tepuk, kita tetap salah kan. This we talk about relationship.
Okay, yeah, we talk about relationship, Layla. You know what, sisters out there, I'm feeling hot. This is really one of the talk show that I'm feeling very hot. Mana kipas aku? Okay. Okay, the thing is that, you see what I said? You imagine if I see her face to face, memang physically aku kena sepak. Okay, so okay, talking about marriage, you see, just now what you were saying, see, it's easy for women who are working maybe to move on, because they are financially independent. But you know, don't talk about children lah. Ada some people said they give reason that anak-anak kesian, you know, that kind of thing. I don't talk about that. But I mean, if even anak-anak pun, tapi kalau they are independent, you know, they are working women, I think the decision making is so much easier compared to, let's say you dah tak kerja, you know, it's like you have been a housewife, such a, you know, committed to your rumah tangga. How to move on? It's not easy, you know. It's 1001 decision.
Okay,
So
see, for that last 30 seconds, you talk about a women interpretation of dah kena tinggal suami, things like that. So you said, macam mana anak gini. Those are all negative ni. Macam mana nak bangkit? They are still stuck with the tempurung yang tak suka tau kalau cakap lelaki lebih agung daripada perempuan. Tak suka. Tapi bila lelaki tinggalkan macam dia dah nak mampus gitu tau. Dah tak boleh buat apa-apa, dah mati, dah apa. I cakap, if you don't want to get up, I kasih you one last thing, I kasih you to spade, pergi tanah kuburan, go and dig your own grave and go inside, jangan menyusahkan orang lain. Sekarang kalau you dah cerai, let's say, ada anak-anak, jangan salahkan anak-anak aku kecil kau kata gini-gini. Allah ambil anak, kita cakap tadi, Allah kalau ambil anak kau nak senangkan, kau nak singgah balikkan, kau ambil anak-anak kau. Macam mana? The thing is, again, they don't look at themselves. Daripada you melala sampai macam cerita Kasim Selamat sampai buta orang tu kan, mak mertua aku kan. The thing is, don't cry, get up, you can cry. I'm not saying when I divorced, memang it was my one. I chose to because I want to move. I made that choice. I tak ada anak ke? Ada. But again, situation differs. So we look at the majority as a general thing. You can cry, but enough. Get back up. Bila kita nangis, badan kita, the whole thing shake and urat-urat kita semua sakit tau. Urat dah sakit, kena kat ni, terus stroke. Lepas tu kalau tak buat apa-apa, I tengok senyum aja. Because when you're healthy, you do not think of positive things to do. When you're stuck like that, sit down. Now, you kalau dekat mahkamah untuk cerai, mahkamah tu pun tak cakap pasal anak dulu tau. Mahkamah cakap pasal dua-dua dulu. Lepas tu cakap muta'ah dengan nafkah idah. Lepas tu rumah. Anak later. Bukan cakap anak tak important. Kalau you nak save your kid, when you are not strong, you will jatuh atas your kid. Do you think it's fair? It's not. Budak-budak tak akan faham. But they will understand. But what makes the woman think that anak-anak kesian and things like that, while you nak anukan diorang, when they don't know anything, but they will understand. Budak-budak pandai You work on yourself on how you can get back up on your feet. I will share here. When I left my first marriage, I did not take a single thing. Nafkah idah, muta'ah, rumah, semua I halalkan because I want the divorce. I kaya ke? Tak ada. Tapi I bersyukur kekayaan yang I ada selama ni is what Allah has given me. Nombor satu, I know that I get back up. Kalau kaki dah kodong pun you can roll kan, you roll. Kau tak boleh roll, aku rollkan kau. Kalau tak roll sekali, aku roll masukkan tanah kuburan. Lepas tu kan, number 2, these principles in life that I can share, and if any women out there, jangan cakap women aja lah. You know, we talk about sisters, kesian brothers kita kan. So,
brother pun sama, termasuk.
3 things in life, principle that I hold very dearly. Tak kira pasal career ke, pasal life ke, pasal relation, whatever not. Number 1, yang berkuasa. Allah has given us everything. Kalau ada cacat sikit ke apa, itu kita punya keistimewaan yang Allah dah kasih. Jangan ikut cacat. Jangan ingat handicap. Itu keistimewaan kita untuk Allah kasih kita tahu. Number 2, my principle in life is my late father dengan my mom. They are the best parents. Some people may not have, but because kerana kau dah geram dengan parents, you tak fikir macam mana they have to sacrifice and things like that. My parents has never stopped me from doing anything I want, but of course they do their due diligence as parents. Number 3, the most important is our self-belief. What do you want to do? You want to die, you die. You want to cry, you cry. But what is your self-belief? Who are you? Look at yourself in the mirror. What can you do for yourself first? Be selfish. I always tell people yang dah jatuh and things like that, please be selfish. Love yourself. Be selfish not in a negative connotation. When we love ourselves, we are able to be stronger. We are able to think.